Hi, everybody. This is Melissa, your free range psychic. It's December the 9th, 2025. How are you guys doing? Can you hear me okay? I didn't really check the mic before I started. Are we good? Hi, Mimi. Hi. Hi, Kay Nelson. 3484. Hi. Um, how you guys doing? Oh, yeah. We're getting a lot of snow. Got like a couple inches today, several inches the other day. It's really cold here too. Hey, Linda. Nice and cool in Texas. What does nice and cool mean? Hey, Brenda. Hello. Hey, Selma. Hi. Yeah, it's freezing out there. Hey, Teresa. Oh, good. Thank you, Selma. I wasn't sure. I just kind of forgot to check. So, how are you guys doing? God, Christmas is just so close. I'll have a Christmas tree up next time. A little, not a big tree, but just a one that I use every year. That's pretty. Are we ready for Christmas? Good, good, good. Um, oh my God. It's crazy out there. Like it will continue to be this way until that administration is gone. Because vampires, they want our attention and they want us to be miserable and confused and terrified as they scoop up the wealth of this country and scramble with it. Hey, Juanita. Hey, Linda. Oh, are you the one who said about Texas? Um, ooh, freezing. Oh my goodness. It's actually, I should check my phone and see what the actual temperature is here right at this moment. Gonna just check it out. 30 degrees. And tonight it will be actually it's in the 30s. Oh, it's snowing. We're getting snow. Um 32 uh most of the night. 57 degrees. Oh, that sounds nice. That's perfect, Selma. Hey, MMS Apollo. Yeah, comfort and joy here. I'll put your message so that we can all see it. So, what do you guys want me to talk about today? I have, I always have thoughts when I come on. It's just crazy. I've been kind of caught up in the whole MAGA infighting. The whole Candace Owen, Tim Pool, Fuentes battle that CK's uh, tragic assassination brought on. Ooh, 54 degrees. Allergies, sorry. So they're just like tearing each other up, but I'm sure it gets good ratings. Um, and I just was watching something. Actually, I Boston Bryant, who's really really good, was just showing clips of um, Tim Pool show with Milo. Is it Yiannopoulos? I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right. And George Santos, commentator on. He just got out of prison and he's on a podcast. God bless America. They're talking about the possibility or the rumors or Milo thinks it's a fact and he's kind of got the real tea that Benny Johnson is gay. So um, because Benny Johnson has a trad wife and the kids and is anti LGBTQ rights. a whole bunch of hypocrites. So I don't know. War has broken out amongst MAGA, and our dear leader is uh, just at war with everybody, and just openly now, which we all knew, butt licking Putin. Sorry, that's vulgar, but we always knew he was Putin's toy boy, and here we are. Um, Tamber says, hello, I've been watching Bernie Sanders sounding the alarm about AI and how 100 million jobs could be lost in this decade. What are your thoughts? Thank you. That's terrifying, really. Let me ask what my guides say. But the thing about AI, before I ask my guides, is that it's our choice. We're the consumers. So if we vote people in who put up guardrails, and we will have, I'm going to ask my guides because we're worried about the elections, free and fair elections. We can choose for AI not to do that. We don't have to allow it. Right now, it's like it's inevitable, but AI could easily fall apart. And you look at Elon or Leon, and Tesla is doing terribly now. Um, the the whole thing about the trillion dollar payout for him, uh, something to do with him because he's a CEO of Tesla, that only is based on how well Tesla does, and Tesla's not doing well. So it's kind of pie in the sky for him. And there is money loss there. I mean, they're tied up with our dear leader. So when everything that Rump touches dies, right? So that might go to AI too. It may get to such a point that it just self-destructs because, the dear leader is involved in it. People get too greedy, want to expand too fast, and it can fall apart depending on a lot of things. And part of it is, they've gotten Qatar now and the Saudis and to invest in it, but that also is tentative. So I know they want to tear up the landscape with all the data centers, but and I will ask my guys because I'm just going off on my own tirade or riff, but my sense is that I think it could fall apart. AI can be very good, but not to take over jobs. We need jobs, but it's our choice. The people. This is the time when the people need to rise up and say, "We don't want this," and not feel as if we're under uh, the thumb of the oligarchs. And the oligarchs are going to fall. They are going to. I see that. Um, is Keg's Breath leaving? I didn't ask the guys yet. So one sec. Oh, of course, they're going to agree with me, right? They say yes, faster than you would even think. They show me the tower. As if somebody takes that tarot card and turns it upside down, is just shaking it, and everybody's falling out of there. And the AI is represented by the tower. So yes, it's going to fall apart. We're not going to lose those jobs in the way that people think because there will be laws, and the actual oligarchs themselves are going to. There's disaster for those oligarchs coming. They don't even see what's going to hit them. And I'm talking about the American oligarchs. The guys say all oligarchs will fall if they are tied to Putin and if they're tied to a dear leader. We're just going to watch it fall apart because they're being very greedy, very not very cautious. Uh, like it's like as if you pour a ton of water into um, a glass made of like salt, or another example could be pour a ton of water into the shallow end of or a shallow pool that you're you're thinking it's deeper than it is. It's very shallow and it all floods out. Does that make sense? That's what they're showing me. Um, so we need to take a stand and get serious. That's what they say, and we will. We will get serious about this. So Linda, oh, is Keg's breath leaving? Okay, got to get to that. Um, do you remember when the signal gate happened? And I remember being asked that, and my guys said no, he was, even though he should have resigned, um, or been fired. Uh, I'm getting a mixed answer, so that's interesting. What are they going to say about that? He's going to. There's very dire consequences that are coming up for him that he cannot avoid, because there will be a change of administration. But will he resign before that? It may be that he's assigned somewhere else and someone else takes his job. But they fire up, right? Like Alina Habba, she resigned from her uh, special A, AG, right, job that she just kind of usurped in New Jersey, and a ton of judges said that it was improper, and stubbornly she stayed, but now she's resigned. But she I think is going to be special consultant to or aide to Pam Bondi. So she's getting put somewhere else, and Geth might be put somewhere else, like somewhere. 'Cause they don't the people like that, they don't like to fire. They hang on to them, maybe because they know too much, or they're fellow criminals. So I'll ask one more question about that. Um, and that would be like, where does he get kicked it to? Obviously, they're showing me Marco Rubio, so some kind of special aid to Marco Rubio. That's what they're showing me, but I don't know. A grain of salt on anything I say, but that's what I'm hearing. And then the next question, Linda's saying yesterday saw on how. Oh, I saw that too. The doctor that they were talking about dementia and signs at 45 has 4 to 5 or 6 months left to be on the planet. Yeah, I was listening to that with intent, intense curiosity. The guides say less than that. It's really bad. It's really, really bad, and I don't see anybody except for JD being ready for JD to come in and. Oh yeah, and you know why? So there's a reason behind that the guide showed me, which is that JD, there's a faction, like JD represents a faction in the administration, and and they are really uh, what's the word? They're an extreme opposition to the other faction. So like Scott Bessent hates that's some of the I'm just a psychic talking to her guys, entertainment purposes only. What do I know? But from that, the guides say that like but Scott Bessent hated and hates Leon, and that goes for all of them. And JD is connected to Leon and TL, and um, there's just this like it's too big to bridge. So if JD does come in, it's a mess, and nobody listens to him. Um, if he did become president, which my guides, it's all maybe because I really emotionally I get in there, and disrupt what I'm hearing from my guides because the JD is horrible, but I see him getting in there. But if he does get in there, all hell breaks loose and falls apart, and there's nothing. He's like very weak. Um, he's not a stable person either. The guides show me they're giving me the word liquid. Like he doesn't have backbone. He just kind of becomes whatever anybody wants him to become. Um, and he's so affiliated now with the white supremacists, and he can't walk back from that. He might try, but he can't. Um, it's bad. So, but it may not be so. Um, let's see what other questions. Kajulu, you have a question, but you haven't asked it. Um, oh, good for you, Linda. I won't use self-checkout. AI doesn't pay into Social Security. Humans do, and we need them. Oh, I can't answer those questions. I'm sorry, I didn't even check. Um, if you want a personal reading with me, I can read for you. My information is below in the description box, but I don't air out your personal information for everybody to see. I respect your privacy, and that's why I won't read publicly for people online. It is just an ethic of mine. Hello, Luna. Um, this is my phone, so let me just turn it off. Um, do I think they'll be substantial? Hey, Victoria. Hey, Innie. Good to see you. Hey, Jean. Um, do I think that there'll be substantial leaks coming out of Jack Smith's case? No, not necessarily. I know they have subpoenaed him, or Jordan has subpoenaed him to testify privately. That is going to blow up, and we will hear about it. The what they're showing me is Jim Jordan and the GOP are going to have their version of it, but Jack Smith will have his version. We will hear about it, and we will hear about it. Not necessarily leaked, but actually just directly told about it. It's just stupid, stupid. They're still obsessed with January 6th and trying to get even because they weren't allowed to have an insurrection. And it's still the same people. Just remember that it's still the same people running our administration right now that took over or tried to take over, sorry, the Capitol and stop Biden's election. It's the same people. So that's why we're in the mess we're in. They haven't changed. We're gaslit if the media tries to normalize them because they are those people who think about it. Think about the barbaric nature and of that riot and insurrection and what the intent was, which is to bring back the old South, right? Bring back slavery, take away women's rights, uh, bring back the Gilded Age, uh, all of that. Uh, yeah, and the one percenters, and yeah, that's these people who are here. If you need a laugh, any baby says, watch SNL's latest comedy skit with Colin. Oh, I saw that with Colin Jost as Hexa. I am so tempted to do a past life on Hexa, which I'm jumping to conclusions because I haven't asked my guides, but I would be shocked if it wasn't some Nazi. But the thing that holds me back is just he's so disgusting. He's like almost more disgusting than any. Oh, hi, Greta. To see you. Hegseth is so like low, such a low vibrational being that to read into his life, I have to kind of like delve into him, and he's also not that interesting as a person, but I still might do it because I just maybe. Oh, you know what they're showing me? Remember Snoopy flying the or fighting the Red Baron? Something like he was an aviator in Hitler's army. Ooh, I have to follow that up. Um, and we shall see. And once I find the pictures, because the Nazis, the age of photography, I will, see how much he compares to his potential um, in past incarnation. So we'll see. I will do that. I will do that. Maybe like I don't know if it's a sucky Christmas gift, but yeah. But it could be over Christmas. Or any baby. Yeah, I remember Melissa McCarthy or Sean Spicer. That was Chef's kiss. Good to see you, Sandy. I'm laughing because anybody said what a polite way to say he's boring. He is, and it's so stupid. But the thing about him that keeps on striking me, there are these threads of affiliations, associations that tie together, but we miss them, I think. And one of them, I believe, is has got probably you know, allegedly has an affiliation. Oh, we know has an affiliation with Putin, pretty much allegedly anyway. But we kind of know. Um, but the tattoos that he has, I think the Wagner brothers, the our mercenary army that committed all those terrible crimes on the Ukrainian men, women, and children, and who so, what's his name, Prigozhin, marched with to take over Moscow, and then Putin broke them up, but he usurped them to be part. His mercenaries sent a lot of them to Africa. They're very much like into Norse paganism, uh, worship, and I'm not talking. I mean, there's Norse paganism can be very spiritual and everything, but the ones that affiliate themselves with um, white supremacy and the Nazis, and I believe also just hearing Cash Patel when CK was assassinated, and he spoke about it. He said, "Welcome to Valhalla." Well, Valhalla is the Norse pagan heaven. So where did that come from? And why did Cash Patel say that? And it's a dog whistle, is that what they call it? To the Wagner brothers and to the white supremacists and those people that know about, believe in that. I thought that was fascinating. So we don't, we kind of, because I guess the media doesn't draw our attention to it, we just let it slide or let it go. Hey, Ivy, but there's a really important kind of significance to that, because I truly do believe that the Wagner brothers have, been in this country and probably were. I believe that they were a part of the Capitol invasion, and certainly there is suspicion that they were part of the October 7th massacre in Israel, and they're kind of like Blackwater or ex Blackwater. I forget what it's called now. They're, Eric Prince's army. It's the same. It's all intermingled, and they have that belief. So when you hear things like that, just go, why? Where did that come from? And I believe it's all connected. So let's see what I've missed. When will DT be removed from office? It's always one that we're eager to hear. Now, I always say that timing can be really challenging. I might even get in the ballpark, but it's hard for me to to say, oh, it's going to be this day. But let's ask the guides. Soon the guides say, And it may be a physical reason. It may be because of his health, which is really deteriorating. Oh yeah, the guides say it might be very, very soon. Yeah, he might still be around next month, which would be 2026. Can you believe it? New Year's is on its way, but very, very soon. But they tie it to Putin's passing. Like they'll be very close together. And then when that happens, everything just falls down. And I do ask, because other psychics and I got this information a year ago that the army somehow was going to come in and save us, right? But it hasn't happened yet. And I heard horrible things, that that administration is doing. I go, are they going to come? But the guides keep on saying yes. Don't count the military out to remove this scourge, this coup. Okay, Selma, what are you saying here? Trump's administration canceled the naturalization ceremonies of immigrants from certain countries. They just pluck them out of the oath ceremony line. So infuriating. Can the courts stop this order? They're always going to do the worst thing. Every day when I hear things like that, it just strikes me, makes me so upset. And then I go, Melissa, that's just how they are. I mean, just expect worse. So let's see if the courts can stop it. Yes, the courts are fighting back. They are fighting back. They will fight. They're not going to. They're not going to stop fighting until this is over. Linda's saying here, I am so ready for the matriarchal society to be in charge. Been waiting for 74 years. Come on, Age of Aquarius. I say the same thing. And it's coming. It's just that we've been entrenched in this kind of misogynistic, patriarchal society for a long time. It takes time. It's like a huge ship that, you can't really ask it to make a sudden turn without everything sloshing back and forth, or the ship itself breaking apart. But the ship is turning. And he is saying, seeing DJT waiting for Putin on the red carpet in Alaska looked like a girl in a prom. Sometimes I wonder if Trump is Ava and Putin is Hitler. Well, I have done past lives on both of them, and I did get Putin as Hitler. And you can look in, if you go to my channel, there's a past life playlist, and you'll find it there. And they're very similar. They've had very similar childhoods, but Trump I got as Rome, another Nazi who was in Hitler's circle and was executed because Hitler thought he was too powerful and was competing with him. I think that was it. But there's that past life is there too. You can look at that. I don't know if Eva. I have identified if Eva is incarnated or reincarnated and who she might be. Yeah, I can't stand the cruelty either, Selma. That's what's hitting us the hardest, and it's going to get worse as the holiday seasons continue, or holiday season continues, because that's what narcissists and evil vampires do. They make it worse around this time of year when we want so much to be experiencing joy and uplift our spirit. This is when they come in for the kill, emotionally and physically. I'm talking, when I say physically, I'm talking about like ice, doing really horrific things. But keep yourself guarded as the holiday season moves on, because it's not going to let up. They get worse. Linda Bishop says, and the age of Pisces, hanging on for dear life. That's what they're doing. They're trying to stop the ship we're on from turning. But they can't. The guides always tell me that Aquarius is here. And maybe that's why, however this was configured millions of years ago, I don't know how long, but just to get to this point where Pluto is in Aquarius, Pluto is blowing up uh, things for our transformation. It's making it possible. It's not comfortable, and it's tumultuous, and but the force of Pluto um, has the ability to do that, to make Pisces, and not my Pisces, but our humans grabbing on to keep Pisces here. And Pisces was the last epoch, and to let Aquarius in. It's a function of it. Hey, Joyce. Hello to you. Laura Ingraham could be Eva. She's so masculine. Yeah, Laura Ingraham is so masculine. Eva wasn't masculine. I watched a YouTube video on her recently and about how her history, her past life, and then her cohabitation with Hitler in the bunker, and how that went down. She really loved him, and she was with him to the last, and was ready for her life to end with him. Just bizarre, but he had this other persona. So, but I can ask the guides. I'll ask the guides off camera and really concentrate. Hi, Victoria. Victoria says we are living hard times, but we can only have faith that it will be okay. Yes. Let's ask the guides about that too, because I agree with you, Victoria. The guides are saying it's like the end of this. Um, but they're faltering. The iceberg is melting, like the tower is falling. And they think they can keep their material things forever, they can just acquire more and more, like Jared, and that really upset me hearing about Jared and the Saudis and the Qataris doing a hostile takeover of is it Warner's studio, Warner Brothers, because Netflix was about to do that, and it's all a grift, and it's also corrupt because Jared represents dear leader, and how they went on about Hunter all those years with nothing. The guides say about that, it's going to fall apart. People, because I think the shareholders have to agree to it. I don't know if, I could be wrong here, but I don't know if the shareholders are going to agree to it. They come in with Jared and the Qataris and the Saudis are coming with cash. Jared, um, yeah, like him. And he's such a weirdo, and they're trying really hard now to sweep everything up. They're who are they? I'm talking about Jared and their leader, the crime family syndicate that is currently running the country. That's probably the aptest way to put it. But Putin himself is he's having a disastrous time, and the money, all the money is in crypto, but crypto is like it's not tangible money. They want us all to be in, crypto, and want to take away the real money, or they want everything virtual, but they say don't worry about that because that's not going to last either. We're going to bring back things with a vengeance once these people are gone, and the guides say they will be gone very soon. Uh, so Hakeem Jeffries looks more and more poised, right, to take over the Congress as the majority leader. Yeah, thank you, JC. Good to see you. Yeah, it's Plato. They say he will be majority leader very soon. There's a lot of people that are going to announce their resignation before the new year. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to hear about it. And little Mikey Johnson, he's really upset about that. Um, but he won't be able to help it. It's just going to happen. Um, he will be removed as House Speaker. Oh, and he says the last time I saw a video of Putin, he looks like he's in a lot of pain, like maybe really bad arthritis. Well, he's got some really bad stomach issues. I remember seeing him with bone cancer, but my guides keep on telling me, obviously, grain of salt, that it's going to be assassination with him. It's going to be revenge for Prigozhin. Uh, and I don't even think it's going to be Zelensky or the Ukrainians. I think it's going to be the Wagner brothers who are going to get him. They're first in line. And, he tries to hide. He thinks that if he has, he's clever about where he is. Like he has, I guess, 4 offices, but they all look the same. That people won't know where he is. But I see electronics is so sophisticated that you could have somebody could plant a tiny little something on him. He would never know. And it's like they're holding off on. It's like any of the countries out there, NATO, any of the NATO countries, uh, Ukraine, the Wagner brothers, they could take him out, but they're waiting. But I don't think they're going to wait very much longer. It's very strategic. But I guess what they need is to make sure that once he's gone, they have people to put in there, not the old guard, and I believe it's going to be the Russian uprising, the Russian resistance, and they're pretty strong. Nobody really hears about them, but they're there, and they're ready to come in and take over that government. And it's just timing. Somebody asked me a question up here. Oh, here, and he said Hitler kept Eva isolated so she didn't know all the bad stuff that's going on. Yeah, I think she was pretty isolated. Um, and they probably already had karma together before they ever were together in that life, I'm sure. Well, oh, that's been traveling around that uh, idea or belief. I can ask about it, Teresa. Not like they think. It's not going to be like they think it is. The guides say they might start. They're kind of threatening with it, so they can get things. It's like the cards in a hand that you're playing poker with. Jared's buying state parks in the Balkan Islands. Oh God. Oh. I just feel like with Jared, like that when new governments come into different countries, it's gonna be taken away from him. Okay, let's see. Hey Sharon, will people who paid or bribed Trump for pardons be later charged with things like bribery, honest services, fraud, conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, and mail or wire fraud? Yes. And all the irony of it's going to be very ironic. I think here we have got the orange leader accusing Biden of using the auto pen, and then it's going to turn out that he didn't even use the auto pen. A lot of I mean, let me say this another way, that yes, that's all he uses is the auto pen, but it was other people using the auto pen, like Stephen Miller, people like that, to sign these executive orders. Like he didn't even do it himself with the auto pen. We're going to find out so much that was supposed to be like executive orders and things. It was supposed to be done weren't done, and it was just a ruse. Eh, that's pretty funny. So people aren't as protected as they think. Plus, it was a coup. It's not even in my belief, a legitimate president. Victoria says the universe and spirit guides will protect us. They see their people and will protect us. A lot of us that are waking up. Sometimes I see it as different dimensions kind of bumping up against each other. Higher frequency dimensions and lower frequency dimensions. Um, and so the higher frequency dimensions are experiencing a different reality than the lower frequency dimensions. And yes, obviously one can affect the other, but the higher dimensions are coming in so powerfully, and so many people are doing the work to attain those vibrations. Yeah, that's what I see. Oh, JC, are you talking about Kushner buying up the Balkans or the islands in the Balkans? Oh yeah, absolutely. But I don't see him getting away with it. I don't see him long for being in a position of power. How about you guys? What do you see? Why did Tucker buy a home in Qatar? Qatar is really coming into the fore of like being an influential country, like having a army base in this country. Um, Pam Bondi, was a lobbyist for Qatar. So Qatar has caught my attention recently. Um, But Qatar is not stable, they say, and there could be political uprisings there. Everything that they're doing is based on. Is it the royal? They have a royal family, right? Well, who's in power, but that may not. When they're showing me a lot of these countries, even Saudi Arabia, like going through massive revolution and losing their supremacy, and everything changing. It changes the whole world picture. And Tucker Carlson probably bought a home in Qatar because Qatar is very friendly to people like Tucker Carlson. And he thinks he's safe there, that those are his people. But he's foolish to think that. Qataris will take care of Qatar. Um, JC says Jared is buying state parks in the Balkans. I'm guessing he plans to exploit, pollute, destroy beautiful wilderness. Oh yeah, I said no. I didn't think it was going to go ahead. It's like he's almost too ephemeral. Like but he is. Jared is a front man for countries like Qatar and Saudi Arabia, and Peter Thiel, and it's not. It's like he is a front man for a lot of different entities here. But I see things crashing around him. Maybe it's wishful thinking, and not that I wish people ill, but with that, I mean, I love the environment. I don't want to see it destroyed. I just see it's like at the beginning of the reading, with the tower, that the tower card turning over the tower card and shaking it and everything falling out. And Jared is in that tower. There's so many unforeseen circumstances the guides are showing me that we're not factoring into any of this massive power play and play for wealth, and the people themselves will resist. I see that, and Jared will have to get out of there. But again, remember when I said everything that uh, uh, Bjorn, I was thinking, what am I going to call him now? Dear leader touches dies. Well, it'll be with the same with all of this. None of this will really work out because nothing that T Rump does works out. And if you hear Jared, then you're going to have to see the T Rump family behind him, and you're going to have to see that he is really representing Donald, and it's just not going to work out. I don't think. The whole thing with DJT is showing everyone that if you see something that's wrong, speak up. Way too many people look the other way when he did bad things. His parents should have taken more action. Yeah, that's a whole story in and of itself. Um, yeah, I saw a video. I didn't watch all of it, but of his parents, his mother. Um, yeah, and by the way, they love this hypocrisy that his mother is Scottish immigrant. It's like we're going to punish everybody but ourselves, and we don't need like Melania. We don't need to be here legitimately, but we're going to take that as and run with it as an excuse to attack Americans because I don't really think they're Americans. Hey, Celtic Seer, give us the astrological scoop if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. Any baby saying you can't keep kicking the can down the road? Yeah, not forever. JC is saying crazy Kushner is doing so much damage out of sight. He's just devious. I keep seeing just the tip of the iceberg in all his BS. And Sharon saying, yeah, absolutely, Kidar is not neutral. They fund terrorism. Absolutely. Well, that's who's running this country. All the bad guys. All the bad guys are running this country right now. Saudi Arabia funds terrorism too. None of these people are neutral, but they're the foxes have taken over the hen house, right? And everybody's let in. Oh, Celtic Syrup, whatever you if you don't have to either, but sometimes kiss in what's happening in the cosmos or just generally. It doesn't have to be astrological either, but I always appreciate your input. Kushner is a foreign asset, including Russia. We need to get rid of foreign assets running our government. Exactly. That is the challenge for us. So let's see what else the guys want to talk about. And keep on asking your questions. I so appreciate it. The guides say that we're not going to have to endure this much longer, even though it feels like an eternity. Things are cooking behind the scenes on our side too. And there is a strategy. The Democrats have a strategy, and it's playing out pretty well. And there are Republicans who want to change sides, who don't want to deal with this any longer. It's not worth it for them. And what about the Supreme Court? Oh, wait a minute. Waterfalls says his dad was a literal KKK member, and not much hope there in terms of reigning in DJ. That he's worse impulse. The worst people. And believe me, when I'm sure that when Putin recruited T. Rump, as Craig Unger spoke about in American Compromat, they knew his background completely. They knew all of that. I'm sure they would have. Celtic Sears saying, thank you, Celtic Sears. We are still in the throes of the last full supermoon in Gemini, and it sets off the USA chart. We really need to become more aware of who our enemies are and who our friends are. That is really important. Oh, that is so timely. Oh my goodness. Yes, exactly. Okay. ICE arrest American citizens, arrest people without probable cause. Yes, Sharon. Because they're supposed to be the new Gestapo, right? Oh yeah, laundering money, right? Trump's family knows that by buying real estate, they're hiding their money, but it would be laundering their money. They're so low vibration and tacky, and it's a mafia family, grandiose and um, you know, patriarchal and misogynistic and brutal, and they don't care. They don't care about people except for their own. Tulsi G thinks that the U.S. will become a colony of Russia. Well, I don't think Russia's going to be able to. I think Russia's on its way out. I'm not scared of Russia. Putin is, the economy's sinking, the infrastructure is being destroyed. They've only I don't think they've won more than a football field's worth of territory in Ukraine all of these years. They've spent billions and billions of dollars, and there's how many lives lost of their own? Over a million. Could be 1,500,000. I don't know. But I'm not worried about Putin. I might be more worried about Qatar and Saudi Arabia, except for the I don't want to say fact, but when I asked my guides, they said they're all tied together. All of those fascist authoritarians, and they all go down together. But Putin is really in a bad way. Well, if he may not be here very long, but I'll say the family, yes, uh, will lose their properties and have their assets frozen at some point. And I always ask the guys, will we get our money back? Because it bothers me every time I hear the atrocious amount of money spent on the parties and the golf and God, it's just so corrupt. The guys say, yes, we will get our money back. A lot, not all of it maybe, but a lot of it we'll get back. And I think we'll get it back that way, by freezing the assets of the people who stole it. That's what I hear. What do you guys think? Um, Celtic Steer says more of what Baron Trump did back in August, September. Crypto will come to light when they would rather you didn't know about it. Anyone else would go to jail. Yeah. Good God, the fraud. So the guides say, as we round into the end of the hour, hang on there. It may feel awful. It may seem really sad and depressing and scary, but we will get through this and we will rise. And we will take our democracy back. And we will close up the loopholes. We will strengthen it. And they're um, telling me that, what Biden said, we will build back better. Celtic Sears says the first 4 or 5 months of 2026 will be a roller coaster, so try and focus on positive outcomes for yourself and stay grounded. Oh yeah, I know. Martha Stewart, Sharon says Martha Stewart went to prison for less than what Trump does on a daily basis, like an hourly basis. And BJC or BJ California says, anyone feel like we are on the precipice of the end of the fascist era in America? I feel oddly optimistic. Yes, I agree with you. My guides show me that. So I would agree. Yeah, we're coming to the end. that I think, are you telling me that, guys, or I'm just thinking it? Everything old is new again. So it's like, I think they said this to me because they're showing me 1776 and the founding fathers, and this strong I want to say push for democracy. That's the feeling that's coming. Yeah, I think that any baby they will be caught for insider trading. We actually have a functioning um, Congress and Senate. Um, Nanette says, keep the faith. There's an aspect of divine timing too. Let's do our part and stay strong and believe. Yes, 100%, 100%. And I just want to ask before we end also about that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to say. A beautiful uh, idea to put out there because I believe it's true. Um, Nanette, let's see, divine timing. I want to ask about the Supreme Court because Supreme Court's going to make a lot of stupid decisions, I'm sure, before its uh, days are over. But they are also on their last legs. This particular Supreme Court, no matter, and they want to tell you no matter what they decide, like about they want to let the president fire independent uh, the independent directors, whatever. Don't worry because all of that's going to be pushed back. It's all going to um, back to the drawing board, and we are going to get even stricter inhibitions on executive power than we have right now. That's what they say. And we will have an expanded Supreme Court. That's going to happen. It's inevitable. And these, how many of them? The six are going to be, live in infamy. I'll answer a few more questions. Um, yes, hold on. JC says three are bought. Oh, Russia, the Federal Society, Leonard Leo. Though I saw Kissinger talk about Leonard Leo, and this was recently. I'm going to have to not Kissinger, Adam Schiff, and I couldn't watch all of that video. I wish I had, but he was honing in on how Leonard Leo, who really controls those guys of the Supreme Court, the far right, is at a is having a riff and very upset with T Rump and vice versa. And I thought that was really fascinating. So that must yeah, six members keep on voting to overthrow democracy. Thank you, Sharon. But he talks about all of that. If you go back to like last week or something and look at some of his videos, it's really interesting. Um, oh, only three are not bought. Thank you, JC. I couldn't compute the math. Yes, only three are not bought. Thank you. Um, the guides say it's not that too. Like the Supreme Court is just having so many like meltdowns amongst themselves, amongst those six. Uh, so oh, that's okay, JC. Don't worry about it. Here, I can put that up. Yeah, no worries. I do that all the time. Um, resignations. Want to get out of Dodge? Maybe they want to buy a condo in Qatar. I guess Qatar might be a really nice place to live. Probably really hot though. Very, very hot. Uh, Sheldon White House has done multiple presentations called the Captured Court. But this was 30 years in the making. If you think to yourself, well, God, how did we get to this place? It took a long time. A lot of bribed people, a lot of money, a lot of countries, behind the scenes over a course of time. That's how it happened. We were betrayed by a lot of people. So, you used to live near Thomas, JC. So, I am going to ask the guides just to look, what to say to you as we leave. I think that's what they wanted to say, though, that we will rise up and strengthen democracy. Oh, they're reminding me of this beautiful photograph I saw on that was posted on Facebook, I think, and it was the Statue of Liberty, and the full moon was over her head, and it was like a triple or quadruple halo, a rainbow halo, and it was just so pretty and beautiful. That's what they're showing me. If I find it out, I'll try to post it on my channel. And that they say, just remember, our angels are all around us, always with us. We all are, guided and loved and protected, and yeah, surrounded by them. They're not just not. I'm talking to mine, but you all have yours. I think that's what I was wanting to say. Oh yeah, absolutely not. Leo and the Koch brothers filed lawsuit against 45 over the tariffs, and so did Costco. So I don't know. The tariffs could be thrown by the wayside. Hey, Steve. Good to see you. Okay, you guys, I better go. Steve, just watch the replay. It's always good to see you whenever you come on board here. I love you. Take care. Be well, okay? Bye-bye.